Husky Tools is pleased to present the standard operation of the REC-P1 pump with the Husky FS14 foot switch, Husky NC series hoses, and the Husky remote heads. The REC-P1 is a 28.8 volt battery operated hydraulic pump that runs on two 14.4 Husky BP80 series batteries. It is important to make sure your batteries are fully charged before you begin. You can tell your batteries are charged by flipping the on switch and checking the green LED light. Be sure to turn off the pump when it is not in use in order to conserve battery life. Before you begin, it is important to make sure that your pump has sufficient oil. This can be checked by the sight gauge on the front of the pump. Make sure the pump is level to get an accurate reading. The red dot is your indicator for how much oil you will need. Make sure the oil is even with or slightly above the red dot indicator. If your oil is low, you will need to fill the pump. In order to do this, you will need MV32 hydraulic oil. Husky Tools provides this in gallons or quarts. Turn the pump around and locate the air release valve, which also is the oil fill valve. Simply unscrew the plug, insert your funnel, and add your MV32 oil. Check your gauge in the front to ensure you now have enough oil. Once the indicator shows oil at or above the red dot, you may reinsert the air valve plug and tighten. On the back of the pump, you will see your air valve. When the REC-P1 pump is being transported or stored, this valve should be shut or in the down position in order to avoid oil spillage. When the pump is being used, you will need to make sure that this valve is open or in the upward position in order to avoid a vacuum inside the oil reservoir. Husky Tools provides many different switch options that can be used to control your REC-P1 pump. Today we are going to demonstrate the FS14 foot switch. The green pedal will advance the ram to make a compression or a cut, and the red pedal will release the pressure once you have made your compression or cut. In the top of your REC-P1 pump, unscrew the control plug cap. Be sure to line up the pins in the plug and screw down the plug to make sure it is securely attached. The next step in preparing your Husky REC-P1 pump is to attach your Husky NC series non-conductive hose. Husky NC series hoses are rated at 10,000 psi working pressure. Husky Tools knows safety is extremely important, which is why we take the extra step to cover the hose ends with a thick clear jacket of heavy-duty heat shrink to reduce risk of hose bursts at these points. The hoses are also date-coded during assembly. For operator safety, Husky recommends hose replacement after 3 years. Husky Tools NC series hoses come standard with 3/8 inch male-female couplers. It is very important to inspect and make sure that your hoses are in good shape to avoid ruptures and leaks. Now that we have inspected our hoses, it is time to attach them to the pump. To do this, locate the 360-degree movable swivel port on the front of the pump. Insert the male hose coupler into the female swivel port on the front of the pump and tighten the cover. Make sure to fully screw the cover onto the hose coupler to ensure a secure fit and avoid leaks. The next step is to attach the hose to the remote head of choice. Today we are going to be showing the Husky EP510 HK Kearney style head. Unscrew the dust cap from the female hose coupler and insert the male remote head coupler. Screw on the cover and be sure to fully tighten the connection in order to avoid leaks. It is now time to insert your Husky dies into the remote head. To do this, you will need to advance the ram to expose the die screws. Turn your pump on and press the green pedal to advance the ram. Loosen the 2 screws on the ram and insert the die. When inserting Kearney style dies, you need to make sure that the die is properly in place. You can tell that the Kearney die is properly in place because the die size or label will be facing up. Once the die is inserted correctly, tighten the 2 screws on the ram to hold the die in place. To insert the other die, you will need to peel back the rubber cover and loosen the die screw. Insert the other half of the die, again making sure the label or size is facing up, and tighten the screw to hold the die in place. Now that we have inserted charged batteries, check the oil level in the pump, checked that the air valve is open, connected our hose, making sure our connections were tight, attached the desired remote head, and inserted the correct dies, we are ready to make our compressions. Turn on the pump by flipping the on switch. You can ensure that it is on by the green LED light indicator. Line up your connector with the dies, press the green foot pedal to advance the ram and make your connection. The REC-P1 pump will automatically shut off once the full compression has been made. Press the red release pedal to release pressure and back the ram off of the connector. Slide your connector down and begin making the rest of your desired compressions.